Hello, my little weirdos. Well, we've gotten to the section that I was waiting to see everyone's response for this. I'm not happy. That's not why I'm smiling. I'm smiling because I really don't want to burst into tears. Yeah, the Social Security, the food stamps, all that. That's bad, and of course it's being objected in courts. Um, they just made a whole shitload of cuts. I think it was over 600 workers in the National Weather Bureau. Now, before the election, this is one of the things I told you that he had a heart on. Okay, I think 30 seconds is gone now. But he and one of the big things, it wouldn't even be cuts. He had it from his last term. If you recall, at one hurricane warning, he had claimed it was going to, go into, I think it was Alabama. And they kept saying, the Weather Bureau was like, no, it's not, because people, the reason they responded was people started panicking and packing and getting out, and they were like, please, it is not going to hit there. You're clogging up the traffic and the resources that these other people that it is hitting need. Please just stay. You're not going to get hit. And Trump went back on, and he was like, he had his little Sharpie, remember that, with the map, and it showed the lines that the National Weather Service has, and he had made a looked like a little penis sticking into that state, like it was going to hit, and he was insisting on it. He's butthurt because they called him out on it, but it was causing a freak out in that state, and that wasn't necessary, and it was clogging shit up for the people that actually needed it in the next to them state. So, ever since then, he has been so butthurt with the national, because I know you're gonna think when it starts hitting and everybody starts hearing it and talking about it, they're going to be like, well, what the hell does he have complaints about that, spending on that for? It helps people. For God's sakes, he lives in hurricane freaking penis appendage state. For God's sakes. Seriously. His state has more natural disasters. Actually, the southern states, which are generally red, have all the freaking national disasters, and he wants to. I mean, yes, California has a lot of sometimes flooding, but in the landslides and things like that, but fires. And up here on the East Coast, higher up, we have our hurricanes, and there's tornadoes that hit the states and mid-states. I mean, it's not like nobody has their natural disasters, but the southern states, which are all Republican, are really prone to them, like, all the time. So I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing how people can be so against their own interests. I don't understand it. But yes, it apparently has come. I mean, they haven't already fired, because like the Social Security, they came in today, and tomorrow's the 1st, so it would normally come in the work day before if it's on a weekend or a holiday. So it should have come in today, and it did. Mine was direct deposited, my Social Security. EBT, I have yet to see in 5 days. But usually, by the time the courts say reverse it and stop doing what you're doing, they haven't gotten that far because the courts were already involved and they're like, stop until we make a decision, you know? So, because they understand they have to do that. They can't do the steps. They have to go right to that step. They understand that because it's serious. Just a day or so with those morons could do a lot of damage. So, just giving you the heads up. You're going to start listening to your state's weather services. And just if you have loved ones or whatever, just all the states on YouTube, I'm talking. Hate to use it as a, who owns it, but I mean, you got to concede somewhere. Unless somebody wants to start a YouTube kind of platform, it's left center. Center is fine. But yeah, now he's hit the weather service. I was wondering how long it would take. January, February. No, 5 weeks. 5 weeks, and he got to the National Weather Service. So, bye National Weather Service! Yay! That's a sarcastic joy, okay? Just in case you're wondering. I'm not all like, yeah, we'll all die in a fiery whirlstorm. And I don't know what a fiery whirlstorm is, but no doubt it will hit us this year. If it so exists. You're saying, Judy, why are you so damn happy today? It's Friday and America's falling apart and we are now one of the hated countries in the world. Yay! Can I do anything about it right this minute that I haven't already done? By the way, I've already made my calls for the day to my representatives. I'll have to leave a voicemail. Andy Kim doesn't have a lot of people answering the phone. But I got through to Booker and Cheryl. Left my thoughts. And I advise you to also. Very rarely do I get phone apps that people are like, oh, especially political ones. But 5 calls, it's just the number 5 and calls. You put in your zip the one time, and it gets the correct number. I've said this on other videos. It gets the correct number. Because I've had other numbers that I just always have to leave a voicemail. You never get a person. And the numbers that are on here aren't usually the numbers when you look for the numbers. They've changed and they're not the most current ones. So if you do want to do something like that, it's literally if five calls, up to 5 of reps in you have. Now in other areas you might, but they check what you are and they get the calls. And not only that, but once you make and they have the number right there, you just have to hit it and it dials it. Go back and you can even read their little speech if you don't know what to say or if you're leaving a voicemail. And after you hang up with them, you go back to their little thing and it keeps track of it for you, which is actually handy. It'll be like you did 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3, or it says something like left a voicemail, left or made contact, meaning you spoke to somebody, or no contact. You couldn't leave a voicemail or something. So it kind of lets them track where help is not being given. If they're not getting through, maybe let those senators and reps know that they're trying to connect with you, but you're not connectable. This one has ones that somebody picks up every freaking number so far, which is That's what discourages people a lot, is trying to get who is my contact. Some people don't know who their rep or their senator are, or who their state ones are. You know, you have state ones, you have federal ones, and some people don't know or don't keep up as much. You know, hey, I get it. Even for me, I'm like, oh, trying to find these numbers. 5 calls. Like I said, I am not a phone app person. And I'll do something on my desktop that I won't do online on my phone. So, you know, better malware on here. But yes, what do I do? What do I do? This is what I do. I do dab. I do. I actually started it because of anxiety and stuff like that ages ago. And I did medical marijuana, and that's what it's actually used. It's CBD wax. And it is legal here, but it's also for medical. I don't need it as medical because it's legal for recreational as well as medical and psychologically. So I can just get it now. But I did start it for the chronic pain, so I could go off of opiates to a much lesser pain, med, and then supplement it with this, so it's not as bad for my system. Plus, you take a few more dabs than normal. You just take 2 or 3 to get the pain block for, a few hours, 3 or 4 hours type of thing. You take another couple hits, another couple dabs, and it's not like you're in la-la zone, but it's just like, you know what? I can't do anything about it. I can't stress about it. I'm aware of it. Sometimes it helps because you got all kinds of other shit in life to deal with too. Personal shit, And I've been hearing a lot of people say it, or they use the gummies or something. I hate to fucking say it, but maybe if Republican Congress people took a couple dabs, maybe before they go into session, take a fucking hit and chill the hell out and just let loose the inhibitions. You just say what you really think. Yeah, I bet the floor sessions would be a whole lot different. They just pumped in a little cannabis, just pumped in a little bit there into the air system. Yeah, when there's in session, come to a session real quick. Come to a resolution very quickly. Either everybody's inhibited enough to just say what they really feel and let it all come tumbling out, or by the time the Republicans one by one leave to go get snacks, the Democrats can vote and take care of shit. And I haven't even had a hit yet. Of course, that's only a suggestion in areas that it is legitimately allowed, and it is in my state. So, until such time that I am told it isn't again, and it's still medical for me anyhow. So, in all honesty, it is medical for me. I was on oxycodone at one point. And it just messes with your digestive. It just messes with you. It was hard on me. And after years of that, I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. I don't know if I have an issue or if it's because of that. I mean, it's like enough, And I asked him. It was like a year or two before, a couple of years before it became actually legal for recreational. It was medically by then. And I asked him, can we just do this? I mean, I can get a hold of the stuff. That's not a problem. It's just I want to get off of this. I mean, are you up for that? And he's like what? I was like, swap out the opiate for a lower scheduled, painkiller and wax. But I mean, I'm being up with you. He goes, yeah, that's great. I'll do that. So he's not he's a more progressive, kind of guy. Hell, he was my doctor when he wasn't even engaged. Now he's got, like, I think 3 kids. I know, 3 youngsters. But it's not. That's the other thing that they've demonized so much. Even during Reagan, it was like such a over exaggerated, totally, their claims of how evil it is. But y'all might be needing some of it yourselves if he succeeds in getting rid of the weather service. That's just stupid. That's as stupid as getting rid of the people that take care of the nukes or the air traffic control maps. I mean, I'm going to make some mistakes, Elon says. How about everything you do is a mistake? Peace out, guys. The weekend's over.